Obviously, this is a really good win for our team. I thought one of the messages that we tried to give the team was you have to maintain your intensity in the game for 60 minutes in the game, regardless of what the score is and regardless of what happens in the game. And even though it was a great win and we did a lot of good things out there, made a lot of big plays, I don't think we did that. We didn't maintain our intensity. We let them get back in the game at one point. A couple errors in the kicking game, as well as we lost our intensity on the scoring drive right before the half on defense and let them gain momentum in the game. And then, really struggled in the third quarter on offense and defense, but did a really good job in the fourth quarter, finishing the game, scoring 21 points and making some big plays. So, it's hard to win on the road. There's a lot of things we can learn from this game. Really proud of the way our players competed in the game. We had too many penalties. So there's a lot to learn, but it's also an SEC road game against a good team, and I was proud of the way our guys completed. I thought we come out and played great in the beginning of the game. We got ahead 28-0. I thought our players competed, played well on defense, played well on offense, got off the field on third down. That's one of the things that we didn't do when they started coming back a little bit, is had a couple third down opportunities where we didn't get off the field and they kept possession of the ball, and that led to scores. But the kicking game there is the onside kick, the bad snap on punt. Kicking game helped us when we had a couple big time punt returns, but it actually hurt us, later in the game. But those were really our errors, our errors. So they're all fixable, and they're things that we look forward to getting better at.
Nick, how's Bryce?
Bryce has a little AC sprain in his shoulder. We'll have to take it day to day. I think he's okay. He doesn't have a serious injury. We didn't think it was, he could go back in the game today, because I didn't think he had much steam on throwing the ball. He's had these before, and in a few days he starts to respond pretty well, so we'll just have to see how it goes and, play it day to day.
Questions? Go ahead,
On the long runs in the fourth quarter, is that good blocking that you saw, or is that just
really good
Jameer?
blocking. Did a really good job up front. One of them, Jalen scrambled on third down, critical third down for a big play, but the couple long runs that Jameer made was really well blocked. He does a great job of pressing the hole, gets the defense to commit, gets the linebackers to commit, makes a quick cut, has a quick burst, gets through the hole, and he's really, really good at that.
Does the offensive game plan change at all with a different quarterback coming in?
I don't know. I was going to call Jimbo afterwards and tell him exactly.
You have to adjust on the fly.
So he can hear it in the press conference, then I don't have to call him. So, there are things that Jalen does well. We practice some of those things, and if he has to play, we'll practice him more. So, but I thought he did a good job of managing the game today, and gave our team a chance to win. We scored how many points with him playing quarterback? We had 14 when Bryce was in there, and the rest was when he was in there. So it wasn't all bad.
You mentioned how the defense in the first half, you like that. What specifically do you want to see replicated from the defense's effort in the first half?
Maintain their intensity. You can't play defense if you don't have great intensity. You can't tackle well if you don't have great intensity. You can't knock the guy back if you don't have intensity. You can't cover a guy if you don't have great mental intensity. So when you lose that, you get soft, right? And 3-yard runs become 8-yard runs. So it's 2nd and 2 instead of 2nd and 8. You don't get off the field on third down when you have an opportunity, because you don't cover as well. So, we lost contain a couple times. Just maintain your intensity. Stay focused on what you have to do your job. And you got to do it with physical toughness and being aggressive and having an aggressive mindset in terms of how you play. And then, we had 4 penalties on defense in the fourth quarter, 1 on third and forever. After the play, dead ball, they were first down. That's not playing smart. And everybody has the opportunity to make good choices and decisions and to play smart. And we need to do a better job of that. And as a coach, that's our responsibility to get players to do that.
Coach, how big was that Jalen Milroe run at the beginning of the fourth quarter? Kind of stopped the bleeding there a little from their running momentum.
Yeah, it's stopped the bleeding for sure, because that was 3rd and long, in bad field position. And if we don't make a first down there, they're gonna get the ball back and they're down by 5 and have all the momentum in the game. So that was a huge momentum swing in the game, in my opinion. You know, after that, we played better. After that, I didn't think they played as well.
How would you describe today? How would you describe the impact on the offense without Bryce?
Well, you know, Bryce is a great player. So there's only one Bryce Young in this country, and he's a great player. And, Jalen can do what Jalen does well, and we have confidence in him. We have confidence in the development of Ty Simpson as his backup, but hopefully Bryce will be okay. But I thought the offense did a really good job of continuing to score points in a different way than when Bryce plays. And I think you got to have that kind of diversity on your team. You got to be able to win more than one way.
Nick, could you kind of explain in simple terms what Bryce was able to do on 3rd down with those touchdown throws?
I'm sorry.
Touchdown throws?
I'm sorry, I
It's
couldn't.
okay. In simple terms, could you explain what Bryce was able to do on those 3rd down and touchdown passes?
Well, you know, Bryce does a good job of reading the coverage. You know, we didn't know how they would play us going into this game. So we thought, and they've been playing 4 down quite a bit with 7 guys in coverage. They started out the game playing 3 down, 6 DBs right off the bat, which is how they kind of played us last year. So it was a little tougher for him because of a lot of 8 drops, and they have a really good blitz package, but he did a great job of handling the protection. You guys just see him throw the ball. He got us in the right protection every time so we could block their blitzes, which was critical. Now, there was a couple times in man-to-man we didn't shake him very well, just like on the play he got injured on. You know, they were playing man-to-man. We didn't have anybody really to throw the ball to. He should have thrown the ball away. We were in field goal range and not taking a chance, you know, of getting hit. But he really kind of fell on his shoulder, so that was the issue. But he does a really good job of reading coverage. He's accurate with the ball. If we get people open, he'll get it to the right guy.
Time for one more.
A new center on the offensive line today. I guess kind of how important has that position been all year and kind of keeping consistent, kind of regardless of who steps up in the starting role?
Which position?
Center.
You know, we think Darian is a really good player, but we got a lot of confidence in Seth. He had to play down the stretch last year in some big games. Got, you know, 3 or 4 starts in the playoffs, you know, in the SEC championship game. So we have a lot of confidence in him. But look, we want to get all of our players healthy. You know, depth on your team is important. I mean, Brian Branch goes down in the game. Malachi gets cramps. We didn't have a 3rd star. So Kool-Aid had to go play star. And, you know, he ain't practiced one play at star. I tell Badham and Helms, tell him what to do every play. He's a smart guy. All right, so he knows the coverages, but he never played that position. But he did a good job when he went in there on the series that he was in there, and, you know, we got the other guy back in there. So depth on your team is really important. So having all these guys healthy is important to us in the future.
All right, Coach, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Players will be out in